Hello and welcome to this instructional video on the installation of Cheadle panels with the Mode Steel fence post. In this video, we'll guide you through each step of the process, ensuring a successful and smooth installation. Before we begin, it's important to understand the nature of composite boards. These panels are designed to expand in length once installed, particularly as they absorb moisture from the environment. The rate of expansion can vary depending on weather conditions, so we need to account for that in the installation process. To allow for this natural expansion, make sure to leave a 10mm gap between the posts. This ensures that as the panel expands, it won't be restricted, preventing any damage to the panel or posts. The Cheadle panel is also designed with a slot for a reinforcing strip. This strip, once inserted, supports the panel and prevents any unwanted bowing, ensuring the panel stays in place and performs optimally. Important note, before you start, make sure to carefully read through all the instructions. If anything is unclear or you're uncertain about any step, don't hesitate to contact us. We're here to help guide you through the process. Let's start by installing the first post. Place the post into the starting position and ensure it's vertical. Use a level to check that the post is perfectly straight. For a 1.8 meter high fence, the post should be set at least 600mm deep if the ground is firm. If the ground is softer, you may need to dig deeper to ensure the post is securely anchored. The strength of the post is dependent on the ground it's set into, so it's crucial to use a high-quality post-crete mix to fill the hole around the post. This will provide the necessary support for the entire fence. Now that the first post is in place, we can begin installing the Cheadle panel. Take the bottom Cheadle panel and insert it with the bottom cross rails and one reinforcing strip. It's important to set the bottom cross rail so it extends 10mm past the bottom of the Cheadle panel. This will give you the 10mm gap we need between the panel and the posts, which will allow for expansion once the panel is fully installed. Make sure everything is aligned properly before moving forward. Once the bottom crossrail and panel are positioned and level, we can secure the panel in place using self-drilling screws. Be sure not to use an impact driver, as this can damage the steel components of the panel. It's also important not to over-tighten the screws, as this could cause the material to deform. For the first board, it's essential to ensure the screw passes through both the steel and the Cheadle panel. This will ensure the panel is securely fixed in place and won't shift during the installation process. With the first panel secured, we can now install the second post. Remember, we need to maintain the 10mm gap between the post and the Cheadle panel. To help position the second post correctly, use the extended crossrail from the previous step as a guide. This will ensure that the gap between the panel and the post remains consistent. As with the first post, check that the second post is vertical using a level, ensuring the fence stays aligned. As you continue installing the remaining panels, it's important to stagger the boards. Only secure one side of each board for now. This allows the Cheadle panels to expand in length as they absorb moisture without any restrictions. Securing one side will hold the panels in place while still allowing room for natural expansion. Once all the panels are in position, we can install the top crossrail. This step is important because the top crossrail helps pull the panels together, preventing them from lifting. Ensure that the top crossrail is properly secured through the steel with self-drilling screws. This will give the panel added stability and ensure it stays in place over time. Next, slide the post covers onto the posts. Mark the cover slightly higher than the fence line. Around 3mm to 4mm above the line is ideal. This small allowance ensures that the covers fit securely inside the post cap. Once positioned, secure the post cap into place using the provided fixings, screwing it down into the crossrails. This helps protect the post and provides a clean, finished look. If your fence ends at a post, you'll need to install the post cap at the end of the line. To do this, use the post cap fixing bracket. Secure the bracket to the mode post, ensuring the bracket touches the inside of the post cap. This keeps the cap horizontal and securely in place. Don't forget, you will also need to fit the end cover trim, as illustrated in the second image. Once everything is positioned correctly, screw the post cap down into the crossrails using the provided fixings. This will finalize the installation at the end of your fence. Congratulations, you've completed the installation of your Cheadle panels. If you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to contact us at 019 256 49587. You can also visit our website for more information, detailed instructions, and helpful tips. Thank you for choosing Mode Fencing for your fencing needs, and we wish you the best of luck with your project.